Today I want to talk about metemphysics and the basics that have evolved the patterns and reasoning to orchestrate this harmony that is between quantum mechanics and relativity. Metemphysics is based upon the formula that time as an arbitrary agent and disorder as a and probability and essence of any object's motion. Basically, it disorder is the probability. Yeah, speed of light is the constant, which can change due to the constant of light. Light can move faster or slower. It's just we're at our speed of light Goldilocks state, so that allows heat to cool down, as heat is just the absence of itself. Same with cold, it's the absence of heat. So as we slow down and move into a more lesser degree of light, lesser degree of fire, we actually compose an inherent ability to be more than what we are. Now basically, I'll explain to you the introduction and it should get the point across. This all comes through the definition of meaning, logos. It's the spoken word, the word in flesh. The universe is basically compounded into this one universal principle, which mankind has been searching for years. And the thing is, they searched and couldn't find it when all I did was knock on the door and ask, and it popped in my head. And yeah, the formula time multiplied by disorder is equal to the speed of light. So I'll get down more to it now. Time in this formula is basically the distance traveled from this point to this point, and within it is all the probabilities of the universe. So this would be your initial point, or Big Bang, and the light would come out of it, and it would be massive like this and decrease as a contraction, and then it emerges again as an emergence, and it goes like contract, emerge, contract, just like a DNA. Okay, and basically within that contraction, it is spiraling motion. So it's going to come in, start spiraling, and come out spiraling, and we can see this as the heliocentric model of the sun, as it is moving along a space-time continuum, swirling like this. And that basically, what is the swirling? This is linear dynamics moving in one direction, but there's an elliptical orbit, so that creates a disturbance around this, and that creates wave dynamics basically. Disorder is basically considered to be the atom of what we are principally seeing, the principle of animation. The atom is what consists of the nuclei and the proton, electron, neutron, etc., quarks. Basically, the speed of light is decreasing disorder and increasing order. It's a contraction emergence. There's less disorder, there's more order, proportionality. Entropy is disorder, order, and chaos. So everything was chaotic, then it became ordered, then through being ordered, it emerged back into disorder, into our universe, and that's what we perceive. Now, before we step into the next area, chaos in this essence could be thought, could be a choice that you did not follow through. Disorder is everything around us. It's the universe. Everything's disorder, everything's crazy, everything's an atom vibrating at a specific loci. But the order of the universe is what takes away from that disorder and promotes order and harmony within the unity of one atom, because it basically is coming from nothing to something to everything, from zero energy to an infinite energy back to zero. Now, the speed of light is what the balance of order and disorder and time create, as there's a double limit to each state. Double limit, each single rise given in time. The speed of light is in essence just the inertia of a gravity system. So really, when we have this point and we're emerging like this, there's multiple strings coming out too, as in M theory or string theory, because this is the attractor. So the strings that are coming out are gravity being expressed out from a sound, from Big Bang, from whatever you want, and it gets weaker over time as it vibrates like this. So here it's a very intense vibration because there's tons of energy, and we cannot exist in higher vibrational forms closer to the sun because we do not have that ratio of what is to what isn't. Okay, now we get to gravity. Gravity basically, like I said, is related to disorder. It's related to how long it's been in the system, and it basically is the lowering of disorder is the lowering of gravity. If you notice, in empty space, there's no such thing as materials. It's just empty. So that's an ordered existence, emptiness, because there's perfect reason, perfect harmony. Nothing's in it. It contains nothing. It's perfectly unified in that form because there's nothing impure about nothing. But when we get into something and everything, there's always impurities because there's the sphere of human and diseases. Gravity creates strings of boundary until the event horizon of the galaxy. So as you can see, this would be our galaxy, let's say, this big sphere. But now there's another sphere over here of another galaxy, and it's pushing up, and ours is pushing against it. So this is like a Goldilocks boundary of gravity. And it's gonna only stop and keep hitting, right, until merger into one galaxy expanding. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell is a black hole? Stephen Hawking, you know, all those people. You can experience a black hole on many drugs. You can go into your black hole through meditation. It's basically your soul inside your body, your ordered existence, your order of nothing. A black hole is just the singularity. A black hole creates a boundary that no gravity can escape. So if you see our universe, or our galaxy as a black hole expressing itself with its strings, that's the explosion of the star gravity system, and the implosion would be when all that comes back in. Black holes are basically what we perceive around us. Right now, what's around me is a black hole. There's tons of space, so that must be pretty empty. It just is. It's an information package carrier unit, a black hole that processes wave dynamics into a reasonable amplitude that we can perceive. It's basically that. A black hole is the expression of a star after it explodes. A black hole implodes, and then it becomes an expression of a star. To see what a black hole is, though, we can just look at this formula. Negative speed of light times the mass squared is equal to disorder or energy. So the negative speed of light in a black hole is it's involuting itself. It's going like this, right? It's going out, coming back. So every time it goes out, it cuts up and fissions all the atoms. So the atoms are separate, and it's creating this huge, massive freaking energy system that we don't even perceive. And inside the black hole, there's all these fission particles, atoms, all collecting themselves and reforming and creating a new reality just from the black hole itself. You hear that? And when the black hole gets to its final state, it basically goes boom, and there's a star. And that could be expressed as for every equal reaction there's an opposite, and blah blah blah, Newton's third law. The black hole could be considered order since it's stringing itself within itself. So there's order again, your soul. It's going out, but then you contract and string it back in. It's going out, string it back in. You just want to remain right here. Now, how can I even say anything as a black hole? Because we don't even have evidence other than gravitational waves that define the black hole episode of speed of light. But basically, as disorder is becoming more ordered, there's going to be more black holes because there has to be more bifurcation points for new systems to be installed. So new information has to be brought to our awareness of what is going on from these black holes or these soul systems that are inside of us. So simply, we are like the whole cosmos within this body. This is my soul, that's the black hole, and then this is all the star, the expression of light. This up here, all these thoughts, which I'm not having any thoughts. That's the chaos, because what if a thought comes in and I'm like, that's right, there you go. Everything. Now, how do we say a black hole is something when we can't even perceive it? Well, nothing is everything, everything is nothing. This is an old Vedanta religious concept. Nothing is something, something is everything, everything is nothing. There's your Aristotle logic. State of nothing, like I said, is a state of order because of supreme unity. What happened with that nothingness? Nothing. Here's nothing. Our bubble of what could be nothingness. Just random pocket. Who knows? Another nothing could be. Boom, boom. Two nothings, two negatives created a positive. That's how light exists. And that's proven to the fact that they can't destroy each other, because in thermodynamics there's another idea of creation or destruction. It's only a switch of form. Disorder has quantum states, which are the potential of the energy inside. It's actually the no things and all things. It's finding the path of the electron, the Higgs boson, the Heisenberg's principle. And basically we can see from these disorder rates and boundary rates that we can find where the evolution of these species was evolved just due to this specific ray of light. The universe basically is DNA. We're DNA. Everything is DNA. It's from the beginning to end. Emergence, contraction, emergence. It just keeps going. This could be your life. This could be your end. This could be your life. This could be your end. Along the function of time, though, for disorder and order, it goes from infinite energy as a star and goes to depletion, and then it resets, then it goes depletion, then it resets, just like a parabola. Disorder, or whatever black hole is underneath, going like that. So it's just like the closer each gets to zero, the infinitesimal it becomes. And it can never reach zero because you can't be created or destroyed, so it just switches form into some other expansion. It emerges in the now. What's the now? It's being present in this moment without thought, so it's being in accordance to your soul. They're in the now. There is a whole bunch of different attributes. There's shades of light, there's colors, there is vibrations, there's frequencies. So really, there's an intelligence agency behind all the hierarchies that exist within our modality of existence. There's fourth dimensions, fifth dimension, sixth, infinity dimensions. They try and lock this all down from people in psych wards. Like, I know they lock this information down because we can't upset the status quo. Disorder sets the pathway for the quantum mechanical highway that the electrons follow. Disorder, as I said, is light and information. It evolves into the potential of information is at its max. Then it moves into a frame of order. Once upon completion, the light emerges into a new constructed reality, and on a quantum level, it's shown at the smallest micromatism of existence to the macro. As the lowest is the highest and the highest is the lowest. What we see in our external world out here is within this world too. It's all the lower biosphere of life that we're relating to. So all moves in one direction to a balance of completion. So there's perfect proportional harmony. And to end this introduction, the completion of the cosmos would, with a proportional balance of what is and what's not, would create motion for all living beings. So do you understand that? It means if we are in harmony, we are with all the beings of existence as everything in nothing. That's all I wanted to say. Namaste.